There we go. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come on in and share. Share the broadcast when you come in. Leave a comment. Let me know that you are watching. Hello there. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good evening. Let me put one of these cough drops in. Hello, come on, leave comments. Let me know that you are watching. And share this broadcast. Good evening, good evening, good evening. All right, let's kill this music. All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Self-Checkout Show. I am your host, Pastor Will, and I'm glad to be with you again tonight. We've been off for a couple weeks because I was sick. I had a really, really bad cold, and it is still lingering. Honestly, it's still holding on, but I'm fighting tooth and nail, as they say, to kick this thing. My cyber best friend forever, Shirley, is on here tonight. Hey, Lady Natasha, the hostess with the mostest, is checking us out tonight. Welcome to the Self-Checkout Show. We're glad to have you. Hey, my mama is on. Hey, mama. Yes, all is well. And I'm going to keep declaring that all is well. So I am doing much better than I was. You made it to the service. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you are here. Yeah, I'm doing much better than I was, and we thank God for it. It was hard. I don't know what's happening with these colds and flu and stuff this season, but bro, it was rough. And I did not have my flu shot either. Happy holidays to you, man. I love you so much. I didn't have a flu shot, and I usually get a flu shot, but this year with my work schedule and stuff and not having much PTO left because I be traveling this world, I didn't have much PTO, so I'm going to get it as soon as I can. Yes, it is definitely flu season. Nene is on tonight. Hey, Nene, how you doing? Listen, I'm so glad you all are here tonight. I'm not going to do any announcements, and we do national days. I'm not doing any of that tonight because the message that I have for you guys tonight, it's a lot. It's a lot involved in this word tonight. And I want to give it all to you as much as I can anyway. Just pray that my voice holds up. My sister Toya is on. Hey, Toya. Hey. I'm so glad you guys are here. I'm really, really glad that you all are here. I want this message tonight. Sister Sandy, Lord Sandy. I need to tie a string around my finger for you. I want you all to be blessed tonight by this message, and I do pray that my voice really holds up. I got a cough drop in, and we're going to go forward with this. I do want to preface this by saying that my apostles, and I do honor them tonight, Drs. Curtis and Linda Stennis, did a teaching on this a few weeks ago, and as they were teaching, she said to me, Pastor Will, you got to do this. You have to teach this. I was like, okay, I'm going to teach it. I'm going to do it. Pastor Julie is on. Hey, Pastor Julie, I love you much. Thank you for tuning in. So I do wish that you guys would share this so that we could be a blessing to as many people as possible. The lesson tonight comes from this thought: when you get fed up. And it's going to take us a minute to get to where we need. So I have to kind of build this building, so to speak, so that we can get to the top and to see what is going on with this topic. When you get fed up. Now, we have heard of the term sibling rivalry before. I'm sure we've all heard of that term. And our lesson tonight is a classic case of sibling rivalry in the Bible. Yes, we are talking about the story of Jacob and his twin brother, Esau. They are twins. They were fraternal twins. They were not identical. The Bible lets us know that. And I want to take a look at two chapters tonight. It's going to be Genesis chapter 25 and Genesis chapter 27. But I want to read, and I want you to read with me. I'm going to share my screen so that you can read along with me, because I really need to read the entire chapter so that we can get a full understanding of what's going on with this sibling rivalry. And we will see where we get this title, When You Get Fed Up. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and you can read along with me. Let me see. Where is my window? Where is it? There it is. Okay, let me present here. All right, I'm going to share this with you guys. And this is this is Genesis chapter 27. And this is the Message Bible version. Now, I'm looking at, let me turn this down. I just want to make sure that you all could see this. Yeah, y'all can see it. All right, so go with me. Let's read this. It's good, y'all. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. So let's start. We're going to read the whole thing. You're reading along with me. And I do see my girl Kiki just came in. Happy birthday, Kiki, my cruise buddy. My cruise friend is on here tonight. Thank you for stopping by tonight on your birthday. Girl, I thought you'd be out somewhere. But thank you so much for joining us. When you get fed up, I'm sure it's a lot of us that are watching tonight that it won't take but a second for us to think of something that we are, or somebody that we are just fed up with. But let's see how this play. You know, yes, everybody tell Kiki happy birthday. Everybody give our happy birthday wishes tonight. She says she old. You ain't old, girl. You are not old. So while you all are telling her happy birthday, we are going to begin to read. And Genesis 27, the Message Bible, it says, when Isaac had become an old man and was nearly blind, he called his oldest son Esau and said, "My son." Esau said, "Yes, father." Isaac says, "I'm an old man." He said, "I might die any day now. Do me a favor, get your quiver of arrows and your bow and go out in the country and hunt me some game." In other words, go kill an animal, so we can prepare to eat. Then fix me a hearty meal, the kind that you know I like, and bring it to me to eat so that I can give you my personal blessing before I die. Now, check this out. Rebecca, the twins' mama, Isaac's wife, she was ear hustling, eavesdropping, as Isaac spoke to his son Esau. As soon as Esau went off to get the hunt game for his father, Rebekah spoke to her son Jacob, the other twin. The mama got the other twin and said, hey, I just overheard your father talking with your brother. He said, bring me some game and fix me a hearty meal so that I can eat and bless you. That's key right there. So that I can eat and bless you with God's blessing before I die. Now, my son, listen to me. Listen to Rebekah, old shiesty, tricky self. She said, do what I tell you. Go to the flock. Get me 2 young goats. Pick the best. I will prepare them into a hearty meal, the kind that your father loves. Then you will take it to your father. He'll eat it and he'll bless you before he dies. All right? Y'all follow me so far? Now, Jacob said, but mother, my brother Esau is a hairy man. I have smooth skin. What happens? Yeah, Shirley, she was very deceptive. Jacob said, what happens if my father touches me? He'll think I'm playing games with him. I will bring down a curse on myself instead of a blessing. Rebekah said, if it comes to that, I'll take the curse on myself. Now just go and do what I say. Get the goats. Wow. So he went and got them, brought them to his mother with her tricky self, and she cooked a hearty meal, the kind that Isaac loved so much. Look at this, y'all. Rebekah took the dress-up clothes of her older son Esau and put them on Jacob. She told Jacob, you go put on some of your brother clothes so you can smell like him. Oh, come on. This is trickery at its best, deception at its best. She took the goat skins and covered his hands and the smooth nape of his neck. So she did this so just in case Isaac did touch him. Now you got to remember the first verse. Isaac went blind. He's about to die. He cannot see. So she placed the hearty meal she had fixed and fresh bread she had baked into the hands of her son Jacob. Jacob goes to his father and says, my father. Jacob says, yes. He says, which son are you? Jacob answered his father, I am your firstborn son Esau. In my Candy Burris voice, the lies. He said, I'm your firstborn son Esau. I did what you told me. Come now, sit up and eat of my game so that you can give me your personal blessing. Isaac said, so soon? How did you get it so quickly? Because your God cleared the way for me. That line right there disturbed me, y'all. All right, but let's move on. Isaac said, come close, son. Let me touch you. Are you really my son Esau? Hey, Dr. Washington. I know I do need to be resting. I am, but I wanted to get this out. I did not want to spend a third week away. So I promised to rest after this. So Isaac said, come close, son, let me touch you. Are you really my son Esau? So Jacob moved close to his father Isaac. Isaac felt him and said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. So he did not recognize him because his hands were hairy like his brothers. But as he was about to bless him, he pressed him. Isaac pressed him and said, are you sure you are my son Esau? He said, yes, I am. All right. Isaac said, bring me the food so I can eat of my son's game and give you my personal blessing. Jacob brought it to him and he ate. He also brought him wine and he drank. Then Isaac said, come close and kiss me. So Jacob came close, kissed him. Isaac smelled the clothes and then he blessed him because remember, his shiesty mama told him, put on your brother clothes so you can smell like him. just in case. Because Isaac, remember, Isaac can't see, but ain't nothing wrong with his nose. So he wanted to smell like his brother. So when Isaac smelled him, he said, the smell of my son is like the smell of open country blessed by God. May God give you heaven's dew and earth's bounty of grain and wine. May people serve you and nations honor you. You will master your brothers, and your mother's sons will honor you. Those who curse you will be cursed. Those who bless you will be blessed. Okay? Now watch this. We got more, y'all. Right after Isaac blessed Jacob, right after he laid his hands on him and gave him his personal blessing, here comes the other twin, Esau, who had done what his father asked him to do. He came in, he was like, yo, Dad, I got the food. Let's do this, right? He said, get up, eat of this game that you can give me my personal blessing. Isaac said, wait, whoa, what's going on? Who are you? In verse 32, Esau said, what you mean? I'm your son. You just told me to go and fix you some food so you can give me my blessing, right? Isaac, in verse 33, it says that Isaac started to tremble, shaking violently. I'm reading the Message Bible version. He said that if you're here, then who hunted game and brought it to me? I finished the meal just now before you walked in, and I blessed him. He's blessed for good. Esau heard what his father said, and he cried violently and most bitterly. And he cried to his father, can't you bless me also? Isaac said, your brother came here falsely and took your blessing. Esau said, not for nothing was he named Jacob, the heel. He said, y'all gave that joker the right name. And I'll explain that in a minute. The heel. Twice now. Get this. In verse 36, he says, twice now he has tricked me. First, he took my birthright. Here we go. First, he took my birthright. And now he's taking my blessing. Woo, it's a lot, y'all. He begged, haven't you kept back any blessing from me? Isaac said, I've made him your master, and all of his brothers, his servants, lavished grain and wine on him. I've given it all away. What's left for you, my son? Esau said, but don't you just have one blessing for me, father? He said, oh, bless me, my father, bless me. He cried. Isaac said, sorry, Charlie, you will live from earth's bounty, remote from heaven's dew. You will live by your sword, hand to mouth, and you will serve your brother. In verse number 40. But when you get fed up, but when you can't take it no more, but when you get sick and tired, then you will break loose and run free. Whew. Now I had to do all of that so you all could see why this is called when you get fed up. Now, Jacob and Esau, twins. After this happened, if you keep reading, hey, Phil, it's good to see you. If you keep reading, I'm going to teach good tonight. You will see, you will find later down in chapter number 27, the only thing that consoled Esau was him plotting his brother's death. The only thing that made him feel better was thinking about ways to kill Jacob, his twin. Right? Nothing else consoled him. You can get nothing else would bring him peace. Nothing else would calm him down. But just thinking about his brothers, how he was going to kill his brother. That is messed up. Esau was mad. He was big mad, as they say. So remember, Esau, when he found out what Jacob had done, he said, you know what, Dad? You and Mama named him right. Y'all gave him the right name, Jacob, the heel. Why did he say that? The name Jacob means trickster. He lived up to his name. The name Jacob means trickster. It means a supplanter. He was cunningly wicked. He could talk his way out of anything. He was a trickster. Look what he just did. But Esau said, y'all named him right. Jacob the heel. What does that mean? The heel. Now let me take you back to chapter 25. So this will help you to understand. See, this what's going on right now in chapter 27. It ain't nothing new. It's not new for them. Let me throw this in here also. Y'all be careful. You have to be careful, and you have to be mindful and listen to what people say about you and concerning you. Because I've often said that it's a lot of true feelings in what people say or type and put an LOL behind it. They really mean it. They're just trying to play it off. A trickster, right? So in chapter 25, it's true for real, Charlotte. See, this wasn't new. Esau had felt this feeling before, and people, you can probably think of right now of people in your life that have made you feel a certain way by what they said on the slide, as they call it, sneak dissing. And you have felt that before. So you got to watch these folks. But that's something else. So in chapter 25, we find that Isaac and Rebekah had come together. Rebekah is now pregnant, and Rebekah, she was obviously pregnant with these twins. And in the womb, if you read verse 25, in the womb, they were fighting each other in the womb. It's the truth. They were into it. Jacob and Esau, they had been fighting since before they were born. And it had got so bad until Rebekah was like, if I had known that this was going to be pregnancy, just take me out now. Because remember, Rebekah was barren. She could not have children. But Isaac kept praying for her to get pregnant. And it had to happen because through Jacob came the lineage of Jesus. Remember, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? Now, had this story went the way Esau really wanted it to go, and the way, if you read it from the beginning, we thought that it might have went, it would be Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. It's true. But because of chapter 27, because Jacob tricked Isaac into blessing him, the blessing was irrevocable. He couldn't take it back. But that was the will of God to bring forth the Messiah. That's one of my points I'm going to get to you in a minute. But anyway, so they were fighting in the womb, and Rebekah finally gives birth. Esau was born first. And right as Esau was just about all the way out of the womb, Jacob reached and grabbed Esau's heel. Huh? That's why he tried to pull him back in there, like, don't you leave me, dude. He tried to pull him back. He grabbed his heel. So they've been battling since before birth. So Esau said in chapter 27, he said, you know what? Y'all gave him the right name, Jacob the heel. Glad to see my brother, Pastor Greg Huggins, on with us tonight. So now, remember also, Esau said, I'm tired of y'all. He said, I'm tired of Jacob because first he took my birthright. Now he took my blessing. Wait a minute. Whoa. What's going on here? What's going on here? He took my birthright. And now he's taking my blessing. Had to do some digging for this, y'all. So in chapter 25, let me give you a little piece of that. In chapter 25, verses 29 through 34, Jacob, before I read that, look, y'all, twins, Jacob and Esau, they were twins, and their parents obviously were Isaac and Rebekah. Each parent had a favorite child. That's trouble from the beginning. Whether you like it or not, it's the truth anyhow. Isaac loved Esau more than he loved Jacob. And Rebekah loved Jacob more. Jacob was a mama's boy. Just like me, I'm a mama's boy. But Esau was the rough one. He was the rugged one. He was the one that worked with his hands, that killed the animals and hunted and did all these outside things, while Jacob was up under his mama in the kitchen. Come on. He was a mama's boy. So in chapter 25, my bro Darius is on. Thank you for joining us. In chapter 25, verses 29 through 34, Jacob now is in the kitchen. Duh. Like I just said, he's in the kitchen cooking a stew. He in the kitchen doing what he does. That was his character. Esau came in from the field, which is what he does, right? He was tired and he was very, very hungry. Watch this. So Esau said to his brother Jacob, please feed me with that same stew. I am weary. I'm starving, bro. Feed me. Therefore, his name was called Edom. But Jacob said, look at this trickster. Jacob, y'all, I'm sorry. At this point in Jacob's life, he just wasn't no good. Him and his mama wasn't no good. Look what Jacob said. He said, oh, you hungry, huh? You starving. Ain't nothing else to eat around here but this stew I'm making, right? Okay. Sell me your birthright and I'll give you some of this stew. No good. Jacob wasn't no good, y'all. He wasn't no good. He said, sell me your birthright for a bowl of this stew. Esau was so famished. He was like, all right, cool. I got you. Jacob said, swear to me as of this day that you're going to do it. Esau swore to him, y'all, and sold his birthright to Jacob. And Jacob gave Esau the bread and the stew. He ate it and went on his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So now, yes, I am a mama's boy. Yes, Charlotte, that was very, very dirty. So now, chapter 25, Esau sold his birthright to his brother. Jacob saw how hungry he was and that he was willing to do just about anything to get something to eat. Oh boy. Y'all, you cannot, and this was not a part of my notes, but I just feel this right now. You cannot be so spiritually hungry that you will eat off of anybody's table. Mm-mm. 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 Let me tell you right now, if I want something good to eat, I can always go to my mama's house because I know the cook. Come on. I'm familiar with how she prepares her food. And I know that what I eat there won't poison me, it won't harm me. Some people are so spiritually famished that they'll eat anything and give up what's rightfully theirs because of what they ingest. Is that too heavy? Is that too heavy? Whew. Esau was so hungry. He didn't care about no birthright. He was like, have it, just feed me. Just feed me, just feed me. And that's how a lot of us are, going from conference to conference, from prophet to prophet, from preacher to preacher. Feed me, feed me, feed me. I'll do what you want. I'll give you my rent money. I'll let my lights get cut off. Foolish, because we're hungry. We're so spiritually hungry that we're willing to eat anything. But if you just go to your parents' house where you know the food is good, come on. I don't care what you say. To me, can't nobody cook better than my mama. Huh? So I know if I need to eat, I know where to go. I'm not going to nobody else's house when I know what I can get over here. I really wish I had time to talk about this. Woo! I wish I had time and a voice to talk about this. Esau sold his birthright to his trickster brother. Now, Esau said in 27, he said, this dude got my birthright and now he got my blessing. What is the difference? There is a difference. Beverly, good to see you. Prophetess Rochelle, glad to see you tonight. I want you all, before we finish, I want you all, Charlotte, put the giving information up. I want you all to sow tonight. Listen, a birthright. Esau gave up his birthright, number one, in chapter 25. And then 2 chapters later, Jacob stole his blessing. So what's the difference between the birthright and the blessing? Check it out. A birthright is the right that a person has through the circumstances of their birth to assume the leadership of their family in the next generation. Okay? Let me say that again. A birthright is the right that a person has through the circumstances of their birth. I'm teaching this tonight. To assume the leadership of their family in the next generation. In many cultures, this right initially belongs to the firstborn child, whether it's a son or a daughter. In patriarchal cultures, it belongs to the firstborn son. In matriarchal cultures, it belongs to the firstborn daughter. But this right is not automatic. A person can forfeit it, which is what Esau did. He gave it up for a bowl of stew. Let me ask you something. Are you that thirsty that you are willing to give up what's rightfully yours through Abba Father for something temporary and that you're really unsure of? No. It ain't worth it. It's rightfully mine. It's my blood birthright. And I'm not giving it up. Oh, put that in the comments, somebody. I'm not giving it up. I'm not giving it up. Type that. I'm not giving it up. It was rightfully his. Esau was the firstborn. They were twins, born the same day, but Esau was born first. So it was rightfully his. The lineage should have said Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. Jesus. Oh. He sold his birthright, what was rightfully his. He gave it up. He forfeited it. Another example of this is we see it in the case of Jacob's sons. Jacob eventually had sons. The 12 tribes came from Jacob. This was a patriarchal culture, and so the firstborn son of Jacob, which was Reuben, would have had the birthright, but Reuben forfeited his right through his own wrongdoing. Reuben was supposed to have the birthright from Jacob's lineage. But what did Reuben do? Reuben had sexual relations with one of his father's concubines. And as a result, Jacob took away that right from him and gave it to his brother Joseph. I'm teaching better than y'all typing. I'm teaching tonight. So even though it was his birthright, he had the right to do with it as he willed. But why would you want to give away something so precious that nobody else has? Nobody else has the birthright that you have. Why would you want to give it away? So he said, he took my birthright and now he took my blessing. So since the birthright is not automatic, the leader of the family in the previous generation needs to confer it officially on a person before they die. So that's what a birthright is. So the birthright it comes by way of birth, naturally and spiritually. But the blessing was just for the oldest. It was just for the oldest. And when you received the blessing, you could not reverse it. So here we have chapter 27. Isaac is old. Isaac is about to die. He is blind. He cannot see. His boys are grown. Jacob still followed his mama's skirt. Esau still in the field, hunting game and, doing stuff with his hands. But Isaac knew that he was about to die. And he knew that he had to bless Esau before he died. So he says, Esau, come here. He says, go fix me some food. Go and hunt some game. He said, you know what I like. You know how I like it. Hearty meal. He said, I need you to go and do that and bring it to me so that I can eat it, give you my blessing, and die. Okay? All right. So Esau immediately does what his father says. He immediately goes out and does what his father says. But Rebecca, mama trickster, her conniving self, she was listening. And remember, Jacob was her favorite. They're both of her sons, twins, but Jacob was her child. Esau was more of Isaac's. So she was listening, and she said, Jacob, come here. Look, your daddy finna bless your brother, but I want you to have that blessing. So this is what we gonna do. See, come on, y'all know how the talk go. Y'all know how the behind the scenes talk go, y'all. She said, go, I'm gonna fix the meal because I know what he like. He just told your brother to go and fix the meal, hearty meal, bring it to him so he can eat it and bless him and die. But I'm gonna fix the meal. I'm gonna hurry up and throw this together because I want you to get that blessing. You always was better than your brother anyway. Y'all don't believe people talk like that in families. Y'all don't believe that. Y'all don't believe people talk like that in the family. You know, you always been better than your brothers and sisters anyway. Y'all don't like that kind of talk. Y'all don't believe it happens. It happens. And let me tell you, parents, something. Your child can feel if you like his siblings better than him or her. Y'all don't believe that either, but it's the truth anyhow. When a child has siblings, they can tell if you prefer one over the other. It's the truth anyhow. You will mess a child up mentally if you show that I love this one a little bit more than I love you. Jacob and Esau was messed up from the beginning, y'all. Because Isaac loved Esau more, Rebekah loved Jacob more. They was messed up from the beginning. But that did not negate the fact that Esau was to be blessed, right? Yep, it happens more than we think, that's for sure. Favoritism is definitely real. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. So Rebekah said, go and put on some of your brother's clothes. And I got some goat skin because your brother Harry, Jacob was smooth. The Bible, one version calls him fair-skinned. Esau was rugged. He was hairy. I know that's right, Shirley. My mama didn't play that game. My mama didn't play that. It wasn't no favorites. It wasn't no favorites when I grew up. But it's a different breed now. So she put some goat skin on him so that he could feel if Jacob touched him. If Isaac touched him, remember he was blind. If he touched him, he would feel the hair and say, okay, yeah, this is Esau. But eventually, Jacob received the blessing. And Esau wanted to kill his brother because of how mad he was. Isaac said to Esau, hey, I'm sorry. That was the blessing. I thought it was you. I can't see. I touched you. It felt like you. It smelled like you. Because Jacob had on his brother's clothes. He said the voice sounded a little different, but that's all I had to go on was hearing and touch and smell. So I thought it was you. So I blessed the wrong person. So because of that, unfortunately, Esau, you're going to have to serve your brother. You're going to have to live by the sword. You're going to have to live hand to mouth. He said, but wait a minute. When you get fed up, you will take that yoke from off your neck. And I said all of this 45 minutes worth of stuff to get right there. When you get fed up, the Message Bible says, but when you can't take it no more, you will break loose and run free. This is really where I wanted to get to tonight. because I am one. I told you all, I've been sick, suffering with this cold for 3 weeks now. I'm fed up. I'm tired. So I have to do all I can to get this yoke of sickness off of me. When you can't take it no more. Some of you have, I know it, have been battling yokes of depression. Come on. Yokes of sadness, yokes of poverty have placed themselves around your neck. And you know what we do? We live through it day by day. We walk. It's heavy. It slows us down. Yoke of disappointments. It slows us down. We can't move with the momentum that we used to move. And you know why? Because we've learned to accept whatever is placed on us. Oxen have yokes that are placed on them. And the yokes are placed on them to guide them in any direction that the farmer wants them to go. When the enemy places these things on us and we just live with it, he leads us any way he wants us to go. And it's because we haven't got fed up. We haven't gotten to the point where we say, I can't take this no more. Devil, get up off of me. Depression, leave, flee. Anger, disappointment, poverty, leave, get up. I can't take it no more. The yoke has got to come off. This yoke has got to come. I am fed up. Huh? Fed up. I'm fed up. 3 things real quick and we out of here. Number 1, God is going to get the job done even when we don't understand why. Why is that important? Because remember, Esau was the one who was supposed to have been blessed, but Jacob tricked his way into a blessing. And why then would God allow this to happen? Because even though it was Jacob and Rebekah tricking their way into the blessing, it was also the way to the lineage of the Messiah. It had to happen, y'all. It had to happen. And yet, you don't necessarily like it. It don't necessarily feel good because I feel like I know I'm supposed to have this, but I'm seeing somebody else with what I think I'm supposed to have. It doesn't feel good. But on the other side of that, come on, it'll all make sense. God's going to get the job done. Even when we don't understand why. Esau didn't understand why he didn't receive the blessing. It didn't make sense to him. Just like you and I, we don't understand why some things have to be. We don't understand why it rains on the just as well as the unjust. We don't understand why, some people live 100% life of hell and we trying to live the best we can and look like they doing better than we are. We don't understand why. But God's going to get the job done in you, even when you don't understand why. Okay? Point number 2, I want everybody that can to sow a $20 seed tonight. The ways to do that are scrolling across your screen. $20, $20. Everybody that's watching, if you can sow $20 or more, do that tonight. Point number 2, being blessed does not mean that you are free from struggle. The blessing that Isaac gave to Jacob, he wanted it. His mama wanted him to have it. And it was indeed a true blessing. But being blessed does not free you from struggle. Remember, it's the same Jacob who spent a number of years at old Uncle Laban's house that he wasn't planning on spending that much time there. Come on, to get married. That's where his mama sent him. He struggled there for years after receiving the blessing. He wrestled with an angel after receiving the blessing. Have you ever gotten prophesied to? Have you ever gotten hands laid on you and turn around 3 times and run around the church and shout it's going to be all right and decree it and declare it and all of that? Have you ever done all of that and you still struggle? I thought, can we just talk? Huh? You give and give and give and still struggle. Come on. Pastors pronounce blessing on you, but you still struggle. Being blessed does not mean that you are going to be free from struggle. What it means is that after I make it through this, the promise is good. It's still good. After I make it through this struggle, whatever God said for me to have, the promise is still good. Don't mean that I'm not going to go through something because I'm blessed. Jacob was blessed indeed, but he still struggled. You're going to struggle too. Some of you are struggling right now. No, some of us, come on, are struggling right now. But I'm here to tell you tonight that the promise is still good. I bet you won't type that. The promise is still good. I'm struggling. That's all right. I'm struggling, but the promise is good. The blessing is irreversible. It's irrevocable. I don't care what you say. Treat me how you want. Do me how you want. I don't care what I go through. I don't care what the enemy throws my way. The promise is still good. I'm blessed. In my struggles, I'm blessed. I feel like preaching tonight, but it's time to go. The promise is still good. Being blessed doesn't mean that you're free from struggle. Being blessed does not mean that you're free from struggle. It means that when I come through this, the promise is still good. And number 3, restoration. I feel all right now. Restoration is available. I want to minister this right here to those of you who are at odds with your family. Here on the Self-Checkout Show, we minister to the whole man. And restoration is available. Esau, remember, Esau would not rest. Nothing and nobody could console him. Nobody could console him. Don't forget, you guys, don't forget to sow your seed. As many that can sow $20 tonight, I am looking for you to do that tonight. Esau was unconsolable unless he thought about how he was going to kill his brother. Isn't that horrible? Isn't that horrible? Nothing calmed him down except thinking about ways to kill Jacob, his twin. But years went by. I want to talk to some of you who are at odds with your family members and your parents and your children and your siblings. Years went by before Jacob and Esau saw one another again. No doubt, when they came together again, I could imagine that Jacob was probably a bit nervous, shaken in his boots. But God is so wonderful until when Esau saw his brother Jacob. After so many years, the Bible says he ran to Jacob and hugged his neck and just wept because he was so glad to see his brother. I have a special place in my heart for siblings because biologically, I don't have any more. I don't. It's just me. I have several god brothers and god sisters, but they're not biological. And I want you to know tonight that restoration is available. You do not need to wait until you or your siblings or parents or children have passed away and say, God, I wish I had fixed this. I'm here tonight. God is talking to you tonight. It's not too difficult to fix. Have the conversation and restore your relationship with your family. People are leaving here left and right. Left and right. And they haven't fixed things. I want you to know you can't go to heaven with hatred in your heart. You can't. Ain't no way. Hatred is not a part of the kingdom of God. Fix it. Fix it. Restoration is available if you just seek it out. It's available. Number one, God's going to get the job done even when we don't understand why. Number two, being blessed doesn't mean that you are free from struggle. And point number three, restoration is available. When you get fed up, you will do something about your situation. I want you guys, don't forget, you can give by Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Apple Pay, Zelle, all of that. I want you to sow a seed tonight. Don't leave me hanging, y'all. Don't get this word and then just log off and go on about your way. Don't leave me hanging tonight. Sow a seed tonight if this has been a blessing to you, and share this broadcast with somebody. This was good to me. I don't know if it was good to you, but it was so good to me. And if you don't remember nothing else that was said tonight, remember this. When you get through struggling, the promise is still good. All right, guys, I'm Pastor Will. This is Self-Checkout. It has been a blast. We appreciate all of you for joining us tonight. We love you, and we'll see you back next Wednesday night, 7:00 p.m. Until then, take care. God bless you. God love you, and I do too. Good night, everybody.